Hello, Singularitarians. Welcome to the very first episode of the SingularityNET Ambassador Program series. I'm Mikasa, core member of the Marketing Guild in the SingularityNET Ambassador Program, and I'm thrilled to have you guys join me today. This podcast is dedicated to exploring SingularityNET, the Ambassador Program, and the vibrant community behind it. For today's episode, we are joined by Peter, the Community Manager of the SingularityNET Ambassador Program. Peter plays a key role in fostering engagements, guiding ambassadors, and ensuring that the global community thrives. Peter, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here. Before we get into the community management and the ambassador program, could you tell us a little about yourself and your journey with the ambassador program? Over to you.
Sure thing, and thanks a lot for having me. Great to see this initiative coming together.
Yeah.
A bit about me. What to say? I live in the Netherlands and have been involved with SingularityNET. Basically, I joined the ICO back in 2017, and since then been on active on Telegram. And a couple of years later, in I believe mid 2020, I became an administrator there as volunteer. And yeah, well, after about half a year of that, at some point, I got offered a job at the SingularityNET Foundation. Pretty much with the wording, because you're working already anyway.
Right.
I don't know. It was like Corona times, so I had a lot of time on my hands, and yeah, just it was very nice to be online all the time and able to help people. So then I got onto the foundation, and this was under the marketing team. So yeah, I was pretty much involved with writing blog posts and website content, and some campaigns, newsletters, that kind of stuff. And then over time, that shifted more to the community side of things. That is a little bit more in line with my personal passion, rather than the pure marketing side of things. And the focus of the community management side of things is on Telegram, Twitter back then, X, Discord, the socials. And around that time, we also started having spin-off projects. Like the very first one was Singularity DAO, and followed by NewNet. And I was a little involved with those as well. Actually, at one point, I was quite close to becoming the marketing lead for NewNet. And at the very last moment, I decided I wanted to stay at SingularityNET, having a bit more of this, the wider ecosystem approach, rather than focus on one vertical.
Peter, on to the next questions. Can you tell us a bit about your role as the community manager at the ambassador program? And what are your major responsibilities in the program?
Sure thing. On community management side, a lot of it is being present in the channels. A lot of random questions pop up. Like it's a very wide scope. There's a lot of wallet troubleshooting, for example. If there's something like an airdrop or a new platform. Anything like that always comes with a lot of wallet issues and connectivity stuff. So there's some bit of customer troubleshooting side of things. And within the ambassador program, I host the town halls, and these are intended to be like a place where everybody comes together. Like over time, we grew a lot of different work groups. And to me, the town hall, the weekly meeting on Tuesdays, is really the place where everybody gets back together. So that's a part of it.
Well, I was going to that anyways.
Sure.
When you spoke about the town hall, so I was going to ask that with a global community spread across multiple time zones, how do you manage to keep everyone connected and well moderated? Like, what are the main challenges you encounter as a community manager, and strategies you use to address them, or what are the solutions that the program already brought up to connect people across different time zones, and how do everything work? Just want to know about it.
Yeah, fair.
At least the viewers, the listeners would like to know about that.
Well, I would say decentralization is key there. One cannot be awake 24/7. That just doesn't work, so you need more people, right? I think, well, if you look at the schedule of our workgroup calls, they are quite EU, Africa time zone focused. Some, I'm not sure what's happening. It looks like connection. I'm getting a notification about internet connection. Not sure if you can still hear.
We need to spread across multiple time zones. How do you manage to keep everyone connected and well moderated? What are the challenges you might have encountered as a community manager, and what solutions have worked for each problem has been solved?
Yeah, sure. I would say decentralization is key there. You need a lot of people across the world if you want to be online all the time. Within our meeting schedule, we're quite focused on Europe and African time zone. That's where most of the meetings happen. But all the social channels, they go non-stop, basically. I think for Telegram, over the years, we've had quite a solid long-term community. And this also comes with a bit of self-organizing powers, almost. We do have a bunch of moderators, covering all time zones, but it's not really like there's not a schedule where people know like, oh, now it's my time of day, I need to be on. It's more organically. And for Telegram specifically, a lot of people know the bot commands. So when a question gets asked, people just know how to show others the way. In that sense, it's quite decentralized. It was a big challenge before that American time zone had no coverage. So then, what do? You ask people of who you know they are in America if they want to step up and moderate. It's as simple as that in a way.
I understand. Okay. So, as someone who is also involved in the ambassador program, I know it is very important to the growth of the community. So, can you tell us how you've seen the program grow and what impact you've seen?
For sure. Yeah, when we started, we were with, I believe, around 6 people. And over the years, this has grown to right now 63 core contributors, I believe. And we have over 10,000 contributions that are being tracked on chain. So, that's definitely something to be proud of. At the same time, I do feel we still have a lot of scaling to do, because if we're looking at the topic SingularityNET is dealing with, these are important to basically all humankind. If you want to have a representative vision of all humans in the world, we definitely need to scale not to, let's say, 200 or 1,000. This needs to be a way bigger number, right? And that's still quite far ahead. I have to admit.
Well, we're getting there, aren't
slowly,
we?
But surely, yes. It also connects a little bit
That's
to budget at some point becomes a limiting factor. Like we have a decent budget which we can work with, but if we want to have, let's say, 10 times more people involved, that doesn't work. We also would need a bit more budget, right? So I'm quite optimistic there, to be honest. But there's definitely puzzles that need solving. That's for sure.
Yeah, right. Well, we're getting there. So more hopes for the future. Better decentralized AI for SingularityNET, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So for new listeners interested in joining the ambassador program, how can they get involved? What are the first steps they should take?
Would be relatively simple in a way. most of the things are organized through Discord. So, well, joining the Discord server would be a very solid first step, I would say. And we have an onboarding work group that once people show up and indicate like, well, I want to help out, that will ease you into the process and hopefully find work groups that align with your interests. And I would say that's the main way of getting started and joining in.
So if you could mention how many work groups or guilds do we have in the ambassador program?
Top of mind, I believe 21 work groups right now.
That's nice, impressive.
It's a lot, yeah. Yeah, it grew a lot
That's
over the
very
past
impressive.
year and a bit.
Right. So are there any upcoming events? Are there any upcoming events or initiatives you are willing to share with listeners and our viewers?
Well, there's a lot.
If not,
I'm not gonna spoil the beans on topics I'm not supposed to talk about. Nice try there, but actually, I could share a little bit. I could share a little bit about. There's gonna be follow-up to. We used to have an intermediary supervisory council, and yeah, there's already
okay.
been some hints at it, so it's. I feel I can touch on it a little bit. Yeah, basically either this quarter or the next quarter. So let's say the coming half year-ish. There will be a follow-up on that, and that's gonna be put forward as a community council. And yeah, one of the main things I'm very interested in, because of the way it's the current thinking, let's put it like that, is that this council would also be able to put forward requests for projects or tooling, or it's a little bit like deep funding RFPs. So they would ask the wider community, well, we need something for voting, or I don't know, it can be anything, any tooling, but it would be really community focused. And I think as an ambassador program, we're building a lot of internal capacity so that we would be in a very good position to deliver on these requests, and in that way indirectly also getting a little bit of additional funding. So yeah, that's something I'm looking forward a lot to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that also. So any shout outs to probably the ambassadors of the program? Since this is our first episode, pretty sure they would love to hear a shout out from you.
That puts me in a bad spot because I want to either shout out everybody or nobody, because otherwise people would feel
Yeah,
like
no problem.
I would feel bad about skipping on people. I mean, it would be all of them. Everybody knows what they're doing themselves. The contributions are seen, and I hope they are aware of that. And if not, they are tracked on the blockchain. So the proof is there, right? I'm gonna refuse
Yes,
putting
it
out
is.
specific names because I will skip on too many other people. Sorry.
All right. Sorry for putting you on the
Oh, no
spot
worries, no
then.
worries.
Okay, so thanks for joining us, Peter. It is actually a very short episode, just wanting to introduce our podcast series to the ambassadors and singularitarians worldwide. That we've started a podcast and we would love everyone to join us. Stay tuned to our next episode because we'll be inviting more esteemed guests from the ecosystem. And we invited our first esteemed guest. So thanks for joining us, Peter. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your time. And for singularitarians and our listeners and our viewers out there, I hope you enjoyed this first episode. Thanks for joining, thanks for listening, and thanks for viewing. See you guys in the next episode. Ciao.
Thanks for having me. Bye bye.